Get up, get up. Hey. Show that progress, let them see it working. Wrong or right, still learn from the play. Follow the rules, then we move our way. Get up, put the work in. Late nights, early morning, still searching. Win or lose, don't throw it away. Study the move, then come back the next day. Alarm go off, gotta rise from the bed. Dreams don't move if they stay in your head. Feet hit the floor, mind on the mission. Small steps stack when you trust repetition. Some days green, some days red. Still gotta learn what the last move said. Can't skip rules just to chase that feeling. Strong foundation, put cracks in the ceiling. Show your work, let the progress talk. Step by step, let the whole thing walk. If you fall, get facts from the fall. Take that lesson and answer the call. No shame in being wrong. If you grow, no gain in moving fast with no control. Plan in your hand, eyes on the way. Patience gets paid when discipline. Put the work in. Show that progress, let them see it working. Wrong or right, still learn from the play. Follow the rules, then we move our way. Put the work in. Late nights, early morning, still searching. Win or lose, don't throw it away. Study the move, then come back the next day. Pressure get loud, but the plan stay quiet. Everybody talks, only few really try. You want results, gotta build that range. Can't feel lost if you came here to change. Write it down, mark the reason. Strike the work through every season. If it don't hit, then review that choice. Clean up the noise, then sharpen your voice. Stack good habits like blocks in a wall. 1 week rule can't shake it all. So stay on script when emotions arise. Truth shows up when you analyze. No magic trick, no lucky lane. Just sweat, but focus, lesson pain. Then one day they see what you made. Not from guessing, from the work you laid.
Lock in when it's boring. Lock in when it's slow.
Lock in.
Lock in when nobody sees.
That's how progress shows.
Learn from the mistakes.
Build from the sky. Follow the rules. Raise the bar. Get up, put the work in. Show that progress, let them see you working. Wrong or right, still learn from the play. Follow the rules, then we move our way. Get up, put the work in. Late nights, early morning, still searching. Win or lose, don't throw it away. Study the move, then come back the next day. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Lock in. Show work. Learn more. Follow rules. Stay ready. Put the work in.
Good morning, good morning. How are y'all doing out there? Happy July 3rd of 2026. We're going to get into the day today. It is a closed market day here in the US and everything, so we probably will have less volatility, especially in the stocks and everything, because they're not really going to move that much. But we've had some bullish momentum, bullish catalyst in Bitcoin price, so that's kind of bringing everything up into a up only kind of trading strategy. So we're going to take a step back. We're going to look at the market from a higher level. Since all week I've been pretty much zoomed in on the 3-5 minute time frame. So we're going to take a second. We're going to go zoom out to like the 4-hour chart, and then we're going to come in and see where we're at, where we're going, and other things like that. I was looking for an entry in a Bitcoin trade, and it looks like I have potentially missed that one by just a hair. But I'll get in there. We'll show you what's going on. Was doing a couple trend Fibonacci's and trying to see where we might potentially be going, where some stopping points, where some other things. Look back in the past, you know, look over to the left to see what's going to happen to the right. You know, that's one of the things we're going to get into today. So if y'all have anything you want me to look at on the things I can look at here, if you want to ask me any questions about Chart Prime, if you ask me any questions about Strike Finance or anything else like that, go ahead, let me know, and we'll jump right into it today. Alrighty, so we're already over here on our chart here. We got our Strike Finance app on the left, and we got our Trading View chart on the right, with our chart prime indicators and our Alexo indicator down here. If you know, you know. If you don't, you know, you need to get into the Otter Gang there. He comes on right after I do at 7 a.m. So we'll look at this here. So I was trying to pull an internal fib. Let me make this a little bigger for y'all, maybe. No, can't make it a little bigger. All right, so I was looking for an internal fib. Here's the 5 line. Here's the golden pocket of this pull. If we just go to here, this was the golden pocket I was looking for, and this was an order block I was looking for, and it kind of front ran it. It may have been trying to just complete this order block that was right here, which it has now tapped it. So now it has the ability to go down. Alexos is basically curving hot, saying look for a rollover some point. It is starting to roll over. The MVP oscillator does come down, but it does start to knock up a little bit here. But you're at the top of the range here with it. And our RSI primed has already come down some and actually started to turn a little. Our money flow is still red, but it is coming up. Let me get you this, so at least maybe you can see what I'm talking about. So your money flow is coming up here. What I was talking about here is this is coming down here, but you know, that's not too bad, especially with it turning here. So that no bullish divergence, no divergence at all. That's just continuation kind of deal there. So we could just like we were looking at is essentially just looking for this to find places that it's going to come down to and rotate around. So let's zoom out. Let's go all the way out to the 4 hour. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. Okay. Woo. Lots of lines. Let's see. I wonder how you can do the like hide them all. I wonder if it's control hide. Oh, that's not it. That's history. How you hide them all at the same time. Oh, you just click it once. Look at that. All right, well that made it a little easier to see. Learn something every day. Learn something every day. So even on the 4 hour, we are starting to hit exhaustion levels here. We are still on the way up here on our money flow on Alexo's deals. Still peaking. This you see your CVD has changed. So we're definitely looking for the short. Maybe we need to look for the short up here. All right, so let's see what is the return from our local to our local. Let's do our fib from here to here. So we're looking for a potential golden pocket in this area here from 62,325 to what is that, 63,850. It's a pretty big golden pocket for this, but it is more of a macro level. So we'll take that, put that there. We'll change this to a green. No, this should be red because it's above price. So that should be a shorting order block. This is a golden pocket. So this is a shorting golden pocket. So let's make the interior red. And let's make that a line. So it's a little more visible. All right. So we did break down. So we have this trend line that we could come back to. So we want to extend this up. That could be a portion there. So one other thing that I was doing is I took a trend, but really and truly we have broken bullish on the lower time frames, but the 4 hour we are still up, but we need to break this area up here. This is like heavy zone. Oh, well, maybe we'll put it back here. This is like heavy short zone here. How do we make this even more standoutish? Let's see. Not dash. Let's put 2. Put gold. No. Gold. There. More standoutish. Let's make it red again because that's bearish above us. It doesn't need to be gold because I don't think it's a golden pocket, dude. Stupid doofus. Purple? Yeah. That looks different. That's a concerning level. This is a, let's see. Alex O calls it a flip zone, so we'll put it flip zone. I don't even know if that's his number where he's at. That's really up there. That's a long ways. I don't even know if that's on his charts. Well, it is because he's got numbers from 125 to like 15 or whatever. But that's the macro. We'll put macro flip zone. How y'all doing out there? Thank y'all for coming by, saying hi in the comments, hitting the like button, sharing it, other things like that. I know we are bullish. I know everybody wants to be bullish. But I think we're still coming down here. And I don't want us to. But I do, let's see, on the daily. That's down here. Can't go back any further in the Blowfin chart because I think that's when Blowfin started. Yeah, because this is in 24. But that goes down to the SFP of that the bullish flag that sent us into the bull market. And it would only make sense to come down and SFP this. So this is like big boy bullish, like do it to it captain down here, in my opinion, in between 52 and 49. And then you do have that lower 40s that would get you down into the 38s. That this is potentially, if you lose this, we're talking like a long time, you know, not a long time, but if we find a way to just come up and then roll over here, if we lose this area, I think it's going to be a quick, big, giant capitulation kind of deal if this happens, because very many people will be buying Bitcoin at 38, 40, 42 kind of deal. There's probably all kinds of limit orders that are all down in this area. So if you get a big capitulation event, it'll go spike and then come right back up because everybody's limit orders are down there. That's a long ways from here. I don't think that would be anytime, but that would be like September. Let's see, this is November in that time frame here. So, you know, we could come back up, tap, and then start headed back down, and then you have this capitulation event that could come down somewhere below here or into this level, down into, you know, 40s or whatever. So let's put a rectangle down at the very bottom here. We'll put this one dump truck. screen. Like 32. Dump truck. Okay, that's dump truck. How y'all doing out there? And the reason why I'm thinking, you know, this is in this zone here is my Bitcoin miner is it has to go into like trickle mode right in here. And that's what makes sense, is to try to force even the Bitcoin miners to capitulate as much as they can. You know, so that's what I think this zone is. We've already gotten so many people out of the market. There was a lot of Bitcoin miners that went out at, you know, went less unprofitable under 100,000. And then it has just gone down even further. So there is a side to the miner market that controls Bitcoin a little bit. So, you know, there you have to be looking for that. And we'll call, oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I want to click on this. We'll call this one, what do we want to call this one? This one is definitely buy zone. Oh, that was the wrong font size. We need that to be like that, and then we'll make the letters green. All right, so that's our dump truck and buy zone. So we got that on the daily chart there. We got some bigger targets up here. Flip zone, macro flip zone, see? And then we have some bearish. This is a golden parket bearish retracement here. You have your bearish order blocks that are up here on the lower time frames. So let's go down to the 4 hour. Let's see what's going on the 4 hour. Let's bring our indicators back up here. So on the 4 hour, we are still on the way up. MVP oscillator is starting to have some curvature potentially, but we are rapidly expanding. Let's see, from here to there, we are still down, so that's okay. We're not bearish on this, but if we get too much higher, you know, then you'll start having that issues. Like if you get outside of this blue purple line, whatever you want to call it, on MVP oscillator, then you're starting to have a bearish, longer term bearish issue, bearish divergence kind of deal. And especially like if your RSI, trying to get my brush in here. So if our RSI comes up and it goes into like the clipping zone up here, then that essentially would be a bearish, longer term bearish divergence. Looking at there, that would be where these would all be clipping kind of deal, all turning white, screaming at you, don't do things. Although I have to say that, you know, it's not telling you not to long it or not short it or whatever. All right, so here's the 2 hour. So 2 hour, we have flipped bearish, but it does look like it's trying to come back on us there. You still have a bearish money flow on the 2 hour, but we are bullish money flow with stuff like that on Alex O's, but that's meant for the three minute chart, so only use that, you know, 15 to 3 minutes. All right, so here's the 1 hour chart. We are starting to come down. We are starting to come down. And then your RSI here is picking up. So that's something to look at there for sure. Let's see. So this was bearish divergence here. From here to here. And then that looks to have played out some. Here's your spoon for the divergence. See the candle change. That did all of nothing. honestly. So that's what kind of is telling me that we're on the way up. And then if you want to look at this from here to here and here to here, that would be bullish divergence. So bullish divergence sends you back to where your price started. So that would be up here. So we're still on the way up. That is the 1 hour. So we're looking to sweep this high, which a sweep of this high into the golden pocket would be what what I was talking about looking for at the beginning of the day here, trying to figure out what we would really be looking for in the day. Although you do have a curvature coming up, you do have on the bullish side of Alexos, although we're still on the 1 hour, but just looking at them kind of deal. So you have bullish momentum in an up only trading. So you want to make sure that you don't over try to short something when the market is in a bullish momentum. So we still have bullish momentum on the 1 hour. We are starting to come up. Nothing is screaming one way or the other, honestly. But the 1 hour here, we're still below this. So as soon as we take this high, if we take this high before the RSI comes up, that would be another bearish divergence here. And then you're starting to cause your spider lines. Once you get spider lines going on, that's when you have multiple different RSI bearish or bullish divergence coming together. Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. So this is where what you kind of start considering spider lines, is when you have multiples together here like this here. You can start having 1, 2, 3. You know, the more you get, the more probable it is for that to finally actually come to fruition, and take it further down. So we already had a bearish divergence, but that starts, you know, takes it back to where it started here. So just looking for this. So let's look in here. Let's go down 15-minute chart here. So now we almost can't get everything on the chart. Too fast. Let's drink some water. Everybody hydrate. Alrighty, so you're starting to get a bearish divergence on the MVP oscillator. Still up off the VWAP. Coming up into it up here. That was a low. This is a high. I think this was just a range that we were looking at here, and it broke the range and then came down. But those are at least still a high. I'll leave them on there, but maybe I probably should change them or something. There. So we're on the way up, but I am definitely, you know, I guess I'm bearish on the market today because we had such a bullish day yesterday, and that there's not really going to be a market open to have some volatility or anything. Like if we take a look at the VIX is down at 16, so we're not very volatile. We don't have any of, you know, the ES or anything else that's, you know, really open trading, doing things. This one is a future, so I guess we maybe still have some of this playing around, but all the rest of them don't. So ADA's up almost 4.5%. I think on my watch list, Pingu. Pingu is the only one that's higher than ADA today. So Sol's up 0.8, XRP's up almost 2%, ADA's up 4.6%. So that's some cool things, you know. They were behind, so it's time for ADA to catch back up. You know, we're up almost 17 cents. we'll probably start doing some more TA on Cardano and everything starting next week. We'll see what we can do here. Here's my flip zone. So we flipped that. I had that in here a while ago as a flip zone because this was, you had resistance or support, failed at support, broke, and never came back. And we finally did come back. I was looking for a sweep of this area, but no, it didn't happen. We just kind of came down. That was, I guess that could have been a sweep, but that's like not that. That's still some time frame there. But all right, let's see. Go back over to Bitcoin. The biddy. All right, so yeah, so let's look at it over here on the exchange chart. So previous things we were looking at here, it's a little bigger for you here. Maybe y'all can see that a little better there. So we were looking for it yesterday to either come down or come up, and we got a super ass board in this zone right here. And I do believe I was saying, hey, we're going to come down, and it could come back, and I moved my stop up. And if we could come back and look at the past and everything, if I wouldn't have moved my stop, my original stop was good, and that would have been one hell of a trade, because even coming back here, we still wouldn't have closed it here. And where did it go from there? All the way to the target, I do believe. No, not quite. 62.1. No, not quite. We're almost there. But 60, I guess 62.1 would be, yeah, 62.1 would almost be the golden pocket between Strike and Blowfin, the chart that I've been charting Bitcoin on for like 2 years. So it's really hard for me to go start a new chart on a different exchange, because I have a lot of lines on. Oh man. Whew. A lot of lines on this chart here. So I also would like to say that I am up on the day. That's one of the reasons, or up on the week. It's one of the reasons why I'm not out here trying to like swing for the fences today. I am up $75 for the week. So that's pretty cool. So I did fairly well yesterday. I had a lot after I got off the stream where I was not doing well. I then got in a trade on the SKHYNIX, and let me show you where we were at on that one. So we had come back up. We were coming back up. We had come back up into the golden pocket retracement, and I shorted it, looking for this to be the first kind of target for the golden pocket of this move here. Then this was the golden pocket of this move, and then this was the 1618 of that entire move, as this is the golden pocket. This was the 1618 of that. And I don't think you could have called that any better. But I didn't show that to y'all because I did that after the stream. So, you know, that was me doing good, but I can't say I executed this, because this all occurred, all of this motion all occurred with me not here looking at the chart, not here at work, everything. And then I come back from work and we have come up, we came back down, and this right here is where I got out. I got out here. Let me erase a lot of that scribbly scratch for you. So I got out right here because this looked to me as if it was becoming bullish, which it sure the hell did. But there was one last sweep, and that sweep was to my first target. Now, I will have to say I was quite overzealous on my positions that I was trying to set up for this longer trade that I was taking. And honestly, I thought that I had lost the trade because I thought I had moved my stop too close to make sure it didn't go over one of these. And this last spike that it did, it spiked more on the other exchanges. It wicked more. So that was nice that it didn't wick so much here on this exchange for me. So that worked out into my advantage. But you know, I can't figure out exactly how I want to trust my analysis and the positions, the places that I say it's going to go. Because if I would have been able to make even more. I mean, this was like 185% win on my 20x leverage that I was on this. Now I will have to say this was not my take profit level. That was just a 50% out. And then I had more down here. That's what I was trying to take. See, this is the 2618 of this one. That's why I took that big one there, because I took a trend from here to down to come back up, and then this was the trend fib down basically, and it rejected straight off of the 786 and then came down and respected this. So I was like, okay, somewhere in this pocket of the golden pocket is probably going to retrace and come down further. I was looking for the 2618 is really what I was looking for, down here at like 1300, but apparently other people had other ideas. I also know that this, I do believe, is a Korean stock, so I think it trades more heavily in the Asian market, but this is a couple of days here that is coming down, you know, because they're like they're one of the chip manufacturers that are in the issues with the memory price gouging issues kind of deal. They're one of those people there. So, you know, I came on here and let's figure it out. Hey, look, it's in a short, let's follow it down. And I did great. It's been the best trade that I've had all week, or since I started trading on this account on Strike Finance. So that's pretty cool there. And the Zcash trade, if I would have just stayed in my original Zcash trade, from like, where the hell were we? We were over here. I know we were looking for this golden pocket that we never got, but I do believe we were long off of this when we came down, or we played this market a couple of different times. It's been a few things. But it's a up only trading kind of deal here. See, up only, like ripping up only, and Bitcoin just doing nothing. I mean, let's look at Zcash. Let's go over to Zcash. It's moving. Nothing else is freaking moving. Let's look at Zcash. Zcash up 6%. Okay, we got some topping structure here. I don't know where price action, if we're over it. Let's see. All right, so we have some 15-minute price action zones. Let's see. Do we have any? We're just up only trading, bro. It's just woo. Let's see. This is all still liquidity here. No. Put There's an order block here. It's not green. It's bearish. Order block. We definitely have a lot of room to come down to for sure. There's a lot of... All right, so let's see. Let's try to zoom out here a little bit. Yeah, because this is up. This is just one hell of a damn, bro. What the hell was that? From here, 61%. Zcash dropped 61% on the 4-hour chart. Whew. Damn. So we're definitely, I would say, that was a hell of a that's a mean looking spider there. Woo! And then we retraced to the previous low and then came down. I need to learn more about the market structure for sure. I don't think this is a continuation pattern. But if Bitcoin's going to be bullish, then everybody's going to be bullish, and this is just going to run even further. It is definitely got to be topping though. This area. So let's see. Let's go down 30-minute chart here. So from local high to local low, local high, local low, you have a much, this is big as hell. You got here. Open pocket. Big macro golden pocket. That's a there. You have this order block. So if we're gonna come up, we could come up to 480 and then reverse, at least on the 30-minute chart here. That was from here to here. We have broken out of this, so that is bullish. We did retest this previous resistance as support. So that is bullish. So you do have the bullish momentum. Alright, so let's zoom in for, I guess, a place that maybe we could come back to for a continuation long. There's not really much for a continuation long here. There's no real order blocks in this. Not really. I mean, you just have like spikes, come back, spike, come back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that work? No. That works. So that was spike, 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 spike. That's 5 hits. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Three-minute chart. 3-minute chart. We do have order block we can come back to. Let's see, from here to here. Our golden pocket is here to here. This is our golden pocket here, and this is a green golden pocket. Order block is here. So the order block here. got to get to it though too, you know. So let's see. We have our, let's do our trend fib here as well. Low. Oh, no, I did that backwards then, I guess. Yeah. Trend based from here. No. It only want to give me the bottom way. I guess maybe I'm looking at it wrong here. Do. My SKHYNIX deal is up 11.39% for the day. What a hell of a reversal that was from there. I mean, a hell of a reversal from that level. Another chip manufacturer here. NVIDIA. SpaceX. Hype's been running too. Hype's been running up there. Thank y'all for coming by today. I know I'm kind of in a blah mood today and everything. It is kind of a holiday, but for what I do, we don't have holidays, so I'll be going to work again, and it'll be a busy day today, and we'll see what goes on there. Alex O starts up in 45 minutes here, so, or not 45 minutes, in 15 minutes. So we'll be getting y'all over there to them here shortly. Bitcoin is losing right here. Let's see, we have a top support here. We're gonna lose it. We have a order block right in this area. We do have some bullish divergence coming if we can turn here pretty soon. Let's see if it SFPs this low here. So this is a watch zone real quick for us here. See if we lose that. If we lose that, then we're going to come back down on mini assets. So let's see. There's a lot of down here for sure. You know, if we just call this top to bottom here, we could be coming back to our golden pocket here. Make that yellow golden pocket. We have that golden pocket that we could come back to for this range. But this is up only trading, So you look for your pullbacks. So if we want to, we pull from here to here, and we look for a 382 tap. If we're in like a full just bullish motion, we look for a 382 tap with a stop below the low. That's about a 1% move here. And we look for a move past, let's see, move past. We'll do a minus 1618. Put that in there, and then this would potentially go 478. That's a 3-to-1 if we can get that to occur. That would be a re-entry at 460.96 if it could get there, kind of deal. That's just a 236. That's not even a 236, honestly. So we'll see what it comes down to. But this is being very, you know, like if we bounce off of this, then that would be good if we can come down just a tad. But we are curving. We're starting the clip. It normally doesn't just like ding and then clip once and then go. So we could come down a little further. We could be coming down to the VWAP, honestly. From here to the VWAP is almost a 0.5%. So we could be doing that. Market is going to be a little weird today because there's no stock trading today for sure. But also at the same time, I'm more in the reserve capital mode today. You know, live to fight another day. Don't force things. You know, I'm not seeing anything that's screaming jump in right here on the items that I have that I'm looking for, because you have, this is bearish order block right here that it could just be coming back up to. There it is right there. This is what taught me the motion of the market, is finding the order blocks and understanding that if the order block is above the price action, then you look for a short when it gets there. If the order block is below the price action, then you look for a long reaction when it gets there. And it only really has to touch it once. But order blocks tend to be longer term targets that they return to, honestly. So yeah. It's funny. Sorry if y'all were looking for trades today, wanted to follow me on anything. You probably shouldn't do that, although I did have a positive week, but that's not positive week on the ones that I showed y'all, honestly. So we didn't get back to that. We have broken that order block here, so we can throw that one in the trash. Doesn't matter. There are no more order blocks above us. If we do SFP here, that would be a fantastic. That would be a pretty big bullish divergence, you know, if we come up to this, because that would be down. Although your money flow did just turn green, so you do have that, but that's pretty bearish if we come up in SFP this. Come up here and then come right back down. So we're on the 3-minute chart. We'll watch and see what happens there. If that's the case, then we could be coming back down these and come back down to that golden pocket that we were looking for. Let's see, what are we looking at on the 15-minute? We got 10 minutes left. Always seems that good trades are coming right after I get off stream, as well. It's one of the things that I've gone back and watched over the week. Is my ideas were correct. My entry timing was poor. My entry prices were poor. A lot of my ideas would have made me a hell of a lot of money this week if I would have just executed them better. So that's one of the things that I'm going to try to do next week is relax a little more, focus on the TA a little further, kind of trust the TA that I have, and maybe work on my entries and exits a little better. But we are looking for that SFP of this or the SFP of this entire this area too. So this is bearish. Bearish, let's turn it red. This is bearish, let's turn it red. This is not bearish yet. Starting to roll over though on the 15-minute. Not quite on his deal. Let's see the 5-minute. Still going up. But this is where we start having our problems, in my opinion. You got down and up. There you go. Now we're going to SFP. Come back down and close below the range. Got it. What is that? 3 minutes left on this candle, on this 5-minute chart. Didn't quite get there, but that is an SFP. As long as it closes. But all that could do is just come back down to the VWAP again. That's not... If we're an up only, that doesn't mean that this is going to come back down forever in a day. That just means come back down to another retest of it. Did up, run, came back. Let's see, is this 786? Bam. Port went up. So did the wrong thing. Okay. So that, I think this is the golden pocket of this that I already have on the chart here. So if we want to look at short, we would look at a short to here. That's 5% move down. One minute left on the 5-minute SFP, 4 seconds on the 3-minute SFP. SFP did occur. Order block down here would break. Then you could look for that one more spike up here. $62.33, 62. Yep, 3. Damn, that's right on the money. That's yep. Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna take a trade today, guys. You know, I appreciate y'all all coming by and sticking with me through the day and looking at everything. So, just so y'all know, you can come over, use our Strike Zone referral code. It does help out the channel, the family, and everything else there. You can get in here and trade like you see me not doing today. But also you can get into the new clans, I do believe. So new clans are going to come up for the July, I do believe after the 4th of July, and everything there. You can get into your vaults that we have. We're still at 132%. You know, we were up at 150 or so before. So that's something to look at here. So it is, you know, the traders are starting to win some of the trades there. So our 24-hour return that we have is actually down 1.3%. So, you know, there is that. But you can get into this and earn your APR that you're earning from the trading bot, because the trading bot over time will eventually win, just like it was winning at 18-20% and then jumped up to as high as 160% because of the market, the way the market was running and everything. So those are all possibilities of it occurring. The vault is a long-term play. You can deposit just about any stable from Solana, from Ethereum, from an EVM wallet, from Cardano, USDC, USDCX, and you can use your Phantom wallet, you can use EVM wallets, you can use your Cardano wallet. You can even deposit from your freaking credit card. Honestly, if you like just felt like doing those things, you can connect and trade and everything with different wallets from different chains, whether it be Solana, Cardano, Ethereum, and everything there. You're running on a decentralized perpetual exchange, kind of like Hype, but has better tokenomics and other things like that. Just isn't getting the venture that it gets because it started on Cardano, where what I call the nerd chain is at. We have very good technology, very good roads and freeways and everything else, but we forgot to turn on the parties and turn on the neon lights and tell people to come to our parties and drive on our freeways, because you have to get a different type of vehicle to come drive on our freeways. Everybody else is driving on the same type of freeways, so it's a little difficult for them to come drive on our freeways. We have a lot of things coming in the Cardano market and the way that things are going to connect. We have, you know, layer 0, we have Pith, we have the Laos that makes the chain much faster. You have the finality that's coming down as well. So there's lots of bullish things going on with the Cardano blockchain and how it works. If we can just figure out how to get other people to do things. Hey, what's up, Alex? Thank you for coming by and everything. Thank you. I'm about to get off and come on your stream, by the way, since you start in 2 minutes. But, you know, just trying to get over here. So y'all have a great day. I didn't get in any trades today. I'm up $75 for the week, so I'm preserving my capital, doing the best I can. And today is going to be a fun day for you, Alex, because it doesn't really look like the market wants to move around too much for us today. So thank you for coming by, man. Appreciate it. I talk about you a lot, actually. It taught me a lot of things. But I don't really know what else to say here, guys, other than, you know, happy Independence Day to the people in America. And for the people not in America, don't tax your people and don't do anything and let them still have guns, because we'll fix it. But y'all have a great day, man. I'm gonna let y'all out of here today. Peace.
Are you still stuck with your big wireless? Overpaying? Are you locked in a contract? Were you buried in that fine print? Yeah, I thought so. Ditch your carrier. Switch to World Mobile today. We have no contracts, no early termination fees. We play no games. We have plans that start at just $15 a month. Bring your crew and you get a discount on top of that. Up to 4 lines or more, and you're saving 30% each line. Are you paying full price? I sure am not. I got my built-in VPN, my encrypted connectivity, my identity protection. Your old carrier, they give you excuses. We give you control. Stop funding the outdated networks. Own your own connection. World Mobile. Switch to the smarter network.